Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. Wow, today is a blockbuster day. The news that has come out since yesterday night up until now, and it's still going on, and it's still coming out, and it's still the number one headline worldwide, especially in the football world. I have to say, I want to thank both Cristiano Ronaldo, Piers Morgan, and I said both, but three, and Manchester United for making all of this happen, because now Chelsea have become an afterthought. No one's talking about them. No one's talking about Potter. No one's talking about anything to do with Chelsea now. That's great. But, Graham Potter, yeah, forget him. Chelsea, yeah, we don't need to know. We don't need to know. Forget. Put them on the back burner. We've got bigger fish to fry. Cristiano Ronaldo and Manchester United. I'm going to give my thoughts on this because I've been observing throughout the day. I've seen everyone upload videos and I've seen all sorts of content. I've seen all sorts of opinions, and I'm honestly just here and I'm giggling. I'm giggling. Why? I'll tell you why. I honestly think there are pros and cons for both Ronaldo and Manchester United. In this whole situation, I don't think there is anyone here who is 100% correct or 100% wrong. And I want to clarify that. But what I want to say from the get-go is I find it incredible how a lot of people have formulated an opinion, right, on this based on one interview that we haven't even seen yet. Can I just clarify that? The whole interview has not been released yet. Yeah, it's a 90-minute special with Piers Morgan in 2 parts that's going to be released on Wednesday and Thursday. We've got snips, we've got clips, we've got quotes that have been released by Piers Morgan to The Sun, which tells you everything you need to know about Piers Morgan. I'm not a fan of Piers Morgan, I'll be honest. But one thing I am going to say about Piers Morgan Uncensored, the show and the platform that's been given to Ronaldo to talk on, is that, as it says on the tin, it's uncensored. There's nothing taken away. It's always completely honest. And I admire Piers Morgan for that. I disagree with Piers Morgan on, you can say, maybe 95% of things, right? Especially over the last couple of years. Let's just say that. But when he does give a platform for someone to speak, ultimately, yes, he likes to butt in, and I think since the whole Andrew Tate interview, he's maybe learned how to keep himself a little quiet while someone is speaking, but his platform is there and he never censors anything. So I appreciate that. Ronaldo has had that as a platform to come on and speak. We've not heard the full interview yet. And a lot of people are bashing Cristiano Ronaldo, making him look like the Antichrist, which I think is part of the reason why he gave the interview in the first place. Now, what I do want to say for the Chelsea fans here, because I've seen a few say, this is like Lukaku. The approach, yes. The context, no. 2 completely different things. Apples and pears. Don't compare the 2. Ronaldo choosing to do an interview, is it professional? No. Right? An unauthorized interview, just like Lukaku did. An interview that the club doesn't know about? No. But the direction that Ronaldo had to take this interview compared to Lukaku to take his interview are 2 completely different directions. For Ronaldo, this is the last resort. This is his last option to try and get something done so he can leave the club, right? With Lukaku, it was completely voluntary. It was completely, yeah, my door's open, come on in, I'm going to start talking about my ex. I'm going to start talking about my old club, Inter Milan. Oh, I love this and I love that. Oh, and I'll be back one day, I'll be back, yeah, I'll be back. Don't just wait for me, I'll be back. And he said all the things that he said about Inter Milan, just disregarding Chelsea, whilst we were all under the impression that everything was fantastic. So we felt hurt from that aspect. For Ronaldo, it's a different situation. Ronaldo has gone on to Piers Morgan Uncensored because he needs to go in January, and he wanted, well, I say wanted to go perhaps in the summer, but as we now know, he feels like he's been forced out, and not just forced out, but wanted out since not just last summer, but last season. There are facts that we've heard during that interview, which we've not heard the whole thing yet, where it's true. He's raised some good points about Manchester United as a football club. and about the mentality and about the infrastructure and about the decisions and about all of that. And you hear it and you go, okay, he might be onto something. Some people are saying that he's been unprofessional. The whole thing is debatable. But this is why, for this interview, let's wait until we hear the whole thing before we make any judgment. Let's wait until we hear the whole 90 minutes. Just like we heard everything to do with Lukaku. I think his was about a 15-minute interview or something like that. We heard everything to do with Lukaku, right, before we made a decision on what his intentions were. With this, everyone needs to wait to hear everything he has to say before making judgment. It's quite funny that everyone's made a decision immediately. Ronaldo, even Man United fans, Ronaldo is twisted, he's rotten, he needs to get out, this, that and the other. Whereas he's raised points during that interview where we've not even heard the whole thing yet. I'll give you an example about when his baby passed away. We haven't heard the full story yet. How about we wait? Because if that was you, I'm sure maybe you'd be feeling different if some of the circumstances that could have happened that Ronaldo seems to be alluding to actually did happen. I'm sure maybe if it was you and your employer, maybe you wouldn't feel as happy as you do in regards to Manchester United and how they're handling the situation. Ultimately, you can flip all of this as well. I do want to say, before I get into all of that with Man United, people that are just immediately taking one side, don't do that. Wait until you hear both sides of the story first, because there's two here. You know, there's two sides to a story on this one. Unlike Lukaku, that was just Lukaku on his own. That was just his and what he done. Even Chelsea weren't involved. Chelsea got rid of him. We were happy. We were like, yes, Chelsea have made the right decision here. Get rid, right? We were cool. But they weren't involved. They didn't have anything to do with Lukaku. This was all Lukaku and his admiration for Inter Milan and going back, right? That was it. Didn't involve Chelsea. This involves Manchester United. It's one side against one side. It's Erik ten Hag, Ralf Rangnick, Oli, the players, the board, the Glazers, all of that against Cristiano Ronaldo. It's one side against another. Hear both sides of the story and then we can make a judgment. With this interview, I do want to say, as I've already mentioned, it's probably not the best way to take it, right? Ultimately, people are probably asking, why is he spoken in this way? Why is he done in an interview? I think it's pretty clear, right? The ultimate goal here is he wants to go. The ultimate goal is, please let me leave. Terminate my contract. I'm done. And this is probably the one that's actually going to get it done. Because he's tried to do things before where it's not worked. And ultimately, for him to get to that point in the first place, this is why we need to listen to the interview. Because it would be quite ridiculous for a player of his standard and his stature and what he's achieved in the game. And we all know how professional Ronaldo prior has been. The best. You know, the best. The guy works. He's a winner. He loves to win. He loves to play. He gives everything. And that's his ultimate goal. When you see someone like that go left like this, there's got to be a reason. He's not stupid. Let's hear that reason. With Manchester United, for what's best for Man United, absolutely, let him go. It's done. This is wrecked. This is destroyed. There's no coming back from this. Let the guy go. Let the guy go. Even if there is no one out there, because I hear the excuse of, oh no, Man United were happy to let him go, but no one wanted him. Terminate his contract. If you're really about it, terminate his contract. Don't just keep him hostage. He wants out, let him get on with his life somewhere else. Even if it means he's a free agent and he's not playing, ultimately, you have to understand one thing. Ronaldo will be okay regardless what happens. He's had a career. He still has a career, but even at this level, at 38 years old, he's had a career. He's got Ballon d'Ors. He's got every single trophy you could think of, right? Individual and collective, individual and team. He's played for ridiculous amount of top world-class managers. He's played alongside the best players in the world, except Messi. He's and Neymar. But he's done all of this, right? He's not got anything left to prove or tick. If he retires tomorrow, he's a happy guy. He's got a family, what a wonderful family, a wife, a missus, a bunch of kids. He's got about 8 million cars in his garage. He's got a beautiful house. He's got businesses. He's got hotels. He's got this. He's got that. He is fine, right? If he retires tomorrow, he can sleep in peace. So he doesn't need Manchester United. Manchester United right now are in a place where, let's be honest, because this is where it goes back to some of the points that he made during this interview. about Man United and its evolution. I heard that and I thought, yeah, the man's got a point. Have Man United involved since Sir Alex left? No. And it was evident to see. We all know this. We all know this. And now people are obviously talking about a process and whatnot with Erik ten Hag, and we'll see what happens. But up until this point, just like he alluded to, where he said from last season, he felt like there's people in the club that wanted him out, hence why it started going south. But even in that season, he finished as the second highest goal scorer with 18 goals, 24 in all competitions, ended up scoring 31% of Manchester United's goals in that season, despite them finishing 6th. And all of a sudden, he had a feeling that some people in the club wanted him out. That's quite unbelievable. You know, their top goal scorer, 24 goals total, 18 in the league, finished ahead of Harry Kane, Sadio Mane, to name a few. I mean, that should be praised. But no, he got disrespect at that level. And I understand him on that. But Manchester United need to move forward. And they need to evolve. And as he said, if there's things at this club, and I'm going to show you this. This shocked me because he said that since Sir Alex left, I've come back and I've still found things that were in place when I was 20 years old. That's quite unbelievable. Talking about the gym, talking about infrastructure, talking about the kitchen, talking about things have just been left as they are. And I'm sorry, that points to the Glazers. That points to the people that run the club. And just like I've said, where people need to wait for the whole interview, we have been told this evening that the Glazers were a topic during that interview and Ronaldo is going to talk about them, and we're going to find out later tonight what he says about the Glazers. So this is where I'm saying everyone needs to calm down a little bit, wait until we hear the whole thing and then make your complete judgment. You know? Here's the proof in the pudding for what Ronaldo said. This is coming from Rob Dawson, ESPN, saying Man United disputed Carrington's supposed lack of development. So you have to understand it, Man United are disputing what Ronaldo said during that interview. And to dispute that, they've said this as their evidence. The swimming pool, recovery areas and canteen was refurbished with the club spending £200,000 on state-of-the-art facilities upon Erik ten Hag's request. I'm sorry, but if it took them 9 years since Sir Alex left, right? If we're talking not just 9 years, we're talking about since Ronaldo was at the club previous, when he was 20 years old, 21 years old, this, that and the other, up until now when he's 38. And it took Erik ten Hag to come into the club to ask for the swimming pool, recovery and canteen to be refurbished. That only proves that what Ronaldo said was correct. It's quite ridiculous. A club of that stature and that size and that money and, you know, one of the richest clubs on the planet that has gone this long without a trophy. Let's remember, the last time Manchester United won a trophy was when? 2017. Jose Mourinho. The Europa League and the League Cup. Since then, not seen a trophy. Not seen a trophy. Not trying to fight for a league title. Not seen a trophy. Not one piece of silverware. Walked into Manchester United since 2017. 5 years ago. Manchester United we're talking about here. Since 2013, they've not won a league title or even been in contention for a league title, despite them finishing second. But they weren't close to winning that league. Let's just put it out there. So there's things here that Ronaldo's got a point on in terms of the evolution of the club. He is a winner. You have to understand this. And what I can sympathise with Ronaldo with is the way that the modern game is, the modern players of today, the young lads growing up, a lot of them are soft, man. This is the problem that we have at Chelsea. I'm seeing a lot of players that are soft, right? Where are the men? Where are the men? Where's the men gone, bruv? Where are the men? Show me the men. Do you know what I mean? It's crazy. You see 23-year-olds back in the day compared to 23-year-olds now, and it's literally men and babies. Ronaldo realises that. And I think during the interview, we're going to hear him talk about a few of the players. We'll wait and see what happens. But when you talk about evolution and standards, bro, the man is a winner. The man has won everything that you want in the game, right? This is proof in the pudding that the Glazers and the way that the club is running and the way that things are being done at Man United is just not up to any standards to even put yourself in contention to win something. So what are you competing for? People talking about a process. Your process should lead you to silverware, to win. The whole point of sport is to win. It's not the whole, oh, I just took part, I'm going to get a medal. I'm not about that. Personally, I'm not about that. I'm here to win. Yeah, and if there's a process to take, cool, but is it going to lead me on a path where we are in contention to win something? Cool, then I'm on board. Let's go and let's do this. Ronaldo is clearly seen it's not about that life. It's not about that life. Now, his issues with Erik Ten Hag, personally, look, Ten Hag, it's just complete fallout of respect, I think, from both ends here. Ronaldo feels disrespected. Erik Ten Hag, as a manager, has to make some sort of decision. He feels like, okay, I can't keep this going. Boom, suspended. Boom, you're not playing. Boom, okay. And Man United haven't looked bad. Let's be real. So there's issues that have to be sorted out between those two. But Ronaldo's talking about prior to Erik Ten Hag, talking about Ralf Rangnick and how he was hired and no one knew who he was. Or why was he hired? You know, the times of Oli and the standards of the club then. Up until the point where he lost his baby and whatnot, and things seem to have really gotten down the pan at that point. So it's absolutely insane. But what I want to say is just let's wait for the whole interview. Wait for the whole interview. People saying that what Ronaldo is doing is egotistical. It's unprofessional. As I've said, I think those are people that are just waiting for Ronaldo to just, I'm just going to step aside and I'm not going to play and I'm just not going to say anything. This is the thing. If you knew that Ronaldo was not going to play week in, week out, that should be made clear. Other players, cool. You can keep them on their toes and you can keep them guessing. But someone of Cristiano Ronaldo's magnitude and someone of that stature, one of the greatest players to have ever played the game, I think deserves to be told immediately, look, you're not in my plans. Or if you are, your rotation, I'm afraid. I'm going to bring you on as a sub from now on. Or I'm going to give you some game time. I can't promise you everything. If that's honestly the case, look, you can go. And if we can't get you somewhere to go, then look, we can terminate your contract if you're not happy. Make it completely clear. He deserves that. He deserves that. He deserves that clarity. He has proven and done everything in the game to receive that respect, at least, I would say. Even if you're not going to play him. I don't blame Erik Ten Hag for not playing him or Man United for not playing him now. Because right now you have to look forward. There is going to come a time where Ronaldo is done, right? And that could come now, who knows? But he deserves to be told, look, this is how it is, this is how it is, this is how it is. You're not playing, you're going to receive this sort of game time. I might use you here, I might use you there. Be completely transparent with him. Look, this is how it is, I'm really sorry. If you're happy with it, cool. If you're not, find somewhere. If you can't, if you want us to terminate, we'll leave it at that, done. Goodbye. Thank you for everything and best of luck. That's it. What it seems like is that there's been a massive miscommunication and just disrespect. I think flying both ways now, because on Erik Ten Hag's part and Manchester United's part, this interview is disrespect to them. But Ronaldo has felt like he's been led to that because of disrespect. And it's just turning really, 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 really sour between a club legend and a club like Man United. And it shouldn't have got to this. But here we are. I want to say, for everyone that's immediately throwing their opinions about, like, that's it, it's the end of the world, and Ronaldo is this, and Ronaldo is that, and Man United are absolutely correct in everything that they've done. No. Wait. I think there are things that Ronaldo has been wrong on, like I've already mentioned, in terms of having to allow it to get to this. Man United have allowed it to get to this as well. I think there's a 50-50 share in all of this. So let's wait until we see the whole interview and understand everything, his part, and then we can judge it with what we've seen at Man United, and then we'll go from there. So, absolutely incredible scenes here, Ronaldo. And do I think anyone's going to go for Ronaldo after this actually happens? To be honest, look, I'm going to be real with you. I think Chelsea are actually going to make an attempt. And would I take him personally? No. Now, no. I would love to have someone of that mentality at the club. Absolutely, right? But Ronaldo needs to play. That's it. If he's not going to play, he needs to be told from the get-go, you ain't playing. And then make a decision from there. But if he is going somewhere, it's Ronaldo. He's not going to just sit about. He needs to play. Make it clear to him. Don't sell him a dream. Don't sell him, a complete fantasy. With Chelsea right now, would he play? To be honest, he probably would. At Chelsea, we kind of need someone to score some sort of goals. We don't have anyone that can shoot, let alone score. So, you know what I mean? But look, I think right now, with Ronaldo, the Premier League, I think, is done. 38 years old. He probably doesn't have long left. He can go to somewhere, I think, a little lower and then get his game time there. But it's mad that it's come to this. All I want to say, though, to end is he does deserve respect for what he's achieved in the game. And he deserves clarity, at least, for where he stands in a certain situation. And especially at Man United, where he delivered what he delivered last season. And alluding to his interview and what he said, he was already feeling like people wanted him out at that point. You know? He deserves respect and clarity. And Manchester United, for what they want to build and for what they want to do, they need to get rid of him as quickly as possible. Let the man go. Terminate his contract tomorrow and let him go. And in January, he can get on with his own business. He can find whatever club he wants, right? And if no one wants him, he retires. That's it. But Man United need to get rid now. Now. It's over. It's over. So there we are. Let me know your thoughts down below in relation to Ronaldo. And look, as I've said, we'll wait and see. It's not finished. Wednesday and Thursday, we'll hear the whole interview and we'll all make our decisions from then. So let me know if you're looking forward to it, and I'll see all of you then. Just to let you know to end, I'm going to show you something very, very quickly in relation to Thomas Tuchel. This is from Matt Law. Revealed Chelsea put Tuchel staff on gardening leave, but not him, which means they can stay in the UK, but Tuchel cannot, and is preparing to leave in December. Full explanation of why and what it means in the piece. Tuchel would be granted a new visa and could return to live in the UK if he got a new Premier League job, or the England job if Southgate goes after the World Cup. Now, Matt Law did allude to that in his article, that apparently Southgate could be gone after the World Cup, depending on the result, and we'll see, even probably regardless of the result. Tuchel apparently is interested in the England job. So we're going to wait and see. I would love Tuchel to take the England job. I think it would be perfect for him. He's a great knockout manager. He gets you to finals. England need that, cool, and he wins them. Sometimes loses them, let's be real. But he tends to win them, and he tends to win good ones too. So you know what? Thomas Tuchel for the England job, absolutely. Let's do it. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on that one as well, and I will see all of you tomorrow for a brand new video, and we gear up towards the World Cup. The content on this channel is going to be shifting to the World Cup. So this week is going to be a bit more of a transition period as we go about all the latest news stories, but we're going to start putting in some previews and see exactly what is going to happen at the World Cup. And my ordinary Chelsea content will shift to England content during this World Cup, and then we will resume normal proceedings after the World Cup is said and done. So make sure you guys are here for that one. I will see all of you tomorrow. Thank you all so much. Hit the subscribe button if you are new. Hit the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Smash like button if you've enjoyed this, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one, people. In a bit. Take care and peace.